Sawadee-krap. Thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World Brief, right here on NBT and NBT World. You're with me, Nat Nakavisut. In our first story, Her Royal Highness Princess SIRIVANNAVARI Nari Ratana Rajaganya has become the first person appointed as the World Intellectual Property Organization's Ambassador for Fashion and Design. During a visit to the headquarters of the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO, in Geneva, Switzerland on May 28th, Her Royal Highness Princess SIRIVANNAVARI Nari Ratana Rajaganya was invited to WIPO Director General Darren Tang to assume the role as Ambassador for Fashion and Design, becoming the first person to hold this position. In a tribute, Mr. Darren Tang praised Thailand as a key partner in advancing the use of intellectual property for development and highlighted the long-standing contributions of the Thai royal family in promoting innovation and creativity for the public good. He noted that Her Royal Highness has successfully combined Thai cultural heritage with contemporary fashion design, helping bring Thai craftsmanship to international audiences. WIPO also highlighted Her Royal Highness's efforts to protect creative works through intellectual property registration, with hundreds of designs, copyrights and trademarks registered across several countries. The organization said Her Royal Highness's work and with artisans and craft communities across Thailand demonstrates how cultural heritage, design and intellectual property can create economic opportunities while preserving local traditions. WIPO stated that Her Royal Highness's experience in integrating cultural heritage, design and intellectual property reflects the objectives behind its invitation for Her Royal Highness to become the first ambassador for fashion and design for the organization. With less than a month to go before Bangkok voters head to the polls next month, candidates for governors are stepping up their campaigns, focusing on issues ranging from transportation and flooding to public safety and healthcare. Independent candidate Chachat Sittipan campaigned in Sai Mai district, highlighting the need for better neighborhood transport links connecting communities to major transit systems. He also pledged to address flooding along key canals and tackle wastewater problems linked to the district's garbage transfer station. Mr. Chachat, who is seeking a second term as Bangkok governor, said his campaign is using a decentralized approach in the final weeks to gather residents' concerns and refine policy proposals. People's Party candidate Chaiwat Sathawan Vijit visited Bangkok district, where he promoted policies on healthcare, public transportation and urban infrastructure. He proposed closer cooperation between Bangkok hospitals and the National Health Security System to improve patient referrals, while also advocating separate drainage systems for rainwater and wastewater to help reduce flooding. Democrat Party candidate Anucha Buraphat-Thaisi focused on preserving Bangkok's street food culture while improving sidewalk management. Campaigning at Drok Maw Market, he proposed using QR code technology to verify stall ownership and prevent subleasing. He also promoted expanding electric boat services as feeder links to Bangkok's mass transit network and developing digital platforms to boost tourism in historic districts. Meanwhile, independent candidate Malika Bunmi Tragoon Mahasuk unveiled a public safety campaign centered on crime prevention. She pledged to improve lighting in high-risk areas across the capital and integrate AI technology with existing CCTV systems to detect suspicious incidents in real time and speed up emergency response. The Bangkok gubernatorial election will take place on June 28th. In national politics, the parliament is expected to begin deliberations on constitutional amendment proposals in early July, with parliamentary leaders expressing confidence that political disputes will not derail the process. House Speaker Sopon Saram says several constitutional amendment bills have already been submitted and are expected to be placed on the agenda for a joint sitting of Parliament on July 7th and 8th. Lawmakers will consider the proposals in their first reading, marking the next step in efforts to amend the Constitution. Mr. Sopon noted that the constitutional changes typically require time because of the legal procedures involved. However, he said if the parliamentary committee can complete its review quickly, subsequent stages of the process could also move forward more rapidly.
หลายฝ่ายก็จับตาว่ารัฐธรรมนูญจะเกิดได้ไหมเกิดได้เมื่อเกิดได้ก็เราก็ได้เข้าสู่กระบวนการบรรจุในระเบียบวาระแล้วก็จะได้พิจารณาตามวันเวลาที่กำหนดแล้วก็อยู่ต่อไปก็อยู่ที่ขั้นตอนกรรมาธิการถ้าพิจารณาเร็วก็ได้เร็วนะครับ
Addressing the political rhetoric, Mr. Sopon said differing opinions are a normal part of the democratic process and should not become an obstacle to work carried out for the public interest. He added that if all sides focus on the interests of the people, political labels or affiliations should not stand in the way of progress. Thailand and the United States have agreed to strengthen security cooperation, expanding collaboration on defense technology and efforts to combat transnational scam networks. Thai Defense Minister Lieutenant General Adun Buntamjaran held bilateral talks with U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth during the 23rd Shangri-La Dialogue Security Summit in Singapore. The discussions focused on security developments in the Indo-Pacific region and ways to modernize the long-standing strategic partnership between the two countries. Thailand expressed appreciation for U.S. support in developing the capabilities of Thai defense industry, particularly through technology transfers in areas such as unmanned aerial systems, space technology, and modern battlefield management systems. Both sides also underscored the importance of Cobra Gold, which is the region's largest multinational military exercise, and agreed to continue enhancing the annual training program. The two countries further pledged to strengthen cooperation against transnational scam syndicates, which officials say pose great threats to public safety and economic security. During the meeting, Thailand also thanked the United States for supporting peace and stability amid tensions between Thailand and Cambodia. U.S. officials voiced support for resolving issues through peaceful means and agreed that bilateral dialogue should remain the primary channel for addressing disputes in accordance with international law. Save the Children Fund has launched the Dots to Dream project, Pathways to Inclusive Employment for Persons with Visual Impairments campaign to raise awareness on workplace inclusion and promote equal employment opportunities for people with disabilities. The event featured a panel discussion involving visually impaired youth, researchers, and inclusion experts who shared experiences and perspectives on creating more accessible and inclusive workplaces. The discussion also highlighted organizations such as Dots Coffee, which employ visually impaired individuals and demonstrate the strong capabilities and professional potential of workers with visual impairments. Participants exchange insights based on research findings and real-life experiences, calling on employers to adopt clear policies and practical measures that support disability inclusion in the workplace. Speakers emphasized that greater understanding and acceptance of people with disabilities are essential to advancing inclusive employment. Save the Children and its partners express confidence in the skills and abilities of visually impaired people, stressing that stronger collaboration between the public and private sectors would help expand meaningful job opportunities. They added that promoting inclusive employment would not only improve the quality of life for people with disabilities, but also strengthen Thailand's image as a society that values equality and inclusivity.
We learned that all of the people with disability, especially the visually impaired youth, have the capacities that needed for the job placement. But what is missing is that the employers themselves are not fully open to open opportunities for them, as well as they're not really preparing the workplace to be ready for visually impaired youth. So I think everybody has a shared responsibility on this one. First, the employers, they need to really open their mind, and they need to feel confident enough that their capacity as well as the workplace are ready for them.
People with disability have to practice, have to learn, have to get in the educational system to prepare their skill for ready to work. Yeah, and I think it depends on employers. They have to know about condition. They have to have a right understanding about people with disability. They have to know what or how can people with disability work or live.
And that wraps up this edition of NBT World Brief. Stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. For more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, สวัสดีครับ